I always thought love was a fairy tale, until I saw Chidi. It was one of those humid afternoons in Lagos, where the air hung heavy with the scent of street food and exhaust fumes from Denfo buses, honking their way through traffic. I was 22, fresh out of university, juggling a part-time job at a small bookstore in Acadia, while dreaming of becoming a singer. My voice was my everything. Smooth, soulful, the kind that could hush a room or ignite a crowd. Friends called me the Nightingale of Niger, and I believed them. But love, that was for novels and Nollywood films, not for a girl like me, Adaora, who had seen too many hearts broken by reality. That day, I was behind the counter, stacking dusty romance novels. Ironic, right? When he walked in, Chidi was tall, with skin like polished ebony, and eyes that sparkled like stars reflected in the Lagos lagoon at night. He wore a simple white shirt, sleeves rolled up, revealing arms toned from what I later learned was his work as a mechanic. He was not flashy, no gold chains or designer shoes, just quiet confidence that made the room feel smaller. "Excuse me," he said, his voice deep and warm, like a bass guitar strummed softly. "Do you have any books on Nigerian history? Something about the Civil War, maybe?" I looked up, and time did that funny thing where it slows down. His smile was genuine, not the rehearsed kind some guys flash to impress. "Sure," I replied, my voice steady despite the flutter in my chest. "Over in the history section. Let me show you." As I led him there, we chatted. He was studying part-time for a degree in engineering, fixing cars by day to pay the bills. "Life is a grind," he said with a chuckle, "but you gotta keep pushing." "What about you? You look like someone with stories to tell." "Me? Stories?" I laughed. "I am just a girl who sings to forget the chaos outside." I did not mention how my voice had won me local talent shows, or how I dreamed of recording an album. But something in his eyes made me want to share more. "Do you ever wonder if there is more to life than the daily hustle? Like real magic?" He paused, picking up a book. "Magic? In Lagos? Nah. But love, that is the real magic. Is it not? If you find the right person." His words hung in the air, a subtle question wrapped in casual talk. Was he flirting, or just being kind? By the time he left with 2 books under his arm, he had asked for my number. "In case I need more recommendations," he said with a wink. I gave it, heart racing. That night, as I practiced my songs in my tiny apartment shared with my nosy aunt, I could not stop thinking about him. "Is this how it starts?" I whispered to my reflection. A fairy tale in the middle of traffic and noise. The next week flew by in a blur of texts and calls. Chidi was different, thoughtful, funny, always asking about my day before sharing his. "Tell me about your singing," he would say. "What makes your voice so special?" I would blush over the phone, describing how music flowed through me like a river. Our first date was at a small buka, eating suya under the stars. He listened as I talked about my dreams, his eyes never leaving mine. "But what if dreams do not come true?" I asked, testing the waters. "What if life is just this?" He reached across the table, his hand brushing mine. "Then we make our own magic, Ada, together." His touch sent sparks up my arm. Was this love? Or just infatuation? I did not know, but I wanted to find out. As days turned to weeks, our bond deepened. Chidi introduced me to his world, greasy garages where he fixed engines with precision, sharing stories of his village, upbringing in Enugu. My parents sacrificed everything for me to come to the city. He confided one evening as we walked along the beach. "I cannot let them down. But sometimes, I wonder if I am missing out on something bigger." "Like what?" I probed, the waves crashing like my heartbeat. "Like you," he said simply. We kissed then, under the moonlight, and it felt like the world aligned. But even in that bliss, a shadow lingered. My aunt warned me, "Men like him come and go. Guard your heart. And your voice, it is your ticket out." I ignored her. Chidi encouraged my singing, even coming to my gigs at local bars. "Your voice is a gift," he would say, applauding louder than anyone. One night, after a performance, he pulled me aside. "Ada, do you believe in soulmates? Because I think I found mine." His question made me pause. I do not know, but with you, it feels possible." We laughed, But deep down, I wondered, what would I sacrifice for this feeling? Little did I know, fate was about to test that very question. Our relationship blossomed, but cracks appeared. Chidi's studies and work left little time, and my singing gigs often clashed. Why can we not just run away? I joked one day, half serious. He smiled sadly. Real life is not a fairy tale, Ada. But maybe we can write our own ending. His words echoed, a subtle hook pulling me deeper. As the chapter of our meeting closed, I realized love was not just sparks. It was a fire that could warm or burn. The honeymoon phase of our love was intoxicating, but like all highs, it came with a crash. Months into dating Chidi, I started noticing the little things, the way his phone buzzed late at night, how he would glance away when I asked about his ex, Nkechi, who still lingered in his stories like a ghost. She's just a friend now, he would say, but his eyes told a different tale. Was I paranoid? Or was there truth in the whispers? One evening, after a grueling day at the bookstore, I met Chidi at his garage. Grease stained his hands, but his smile lit up the dim space. Missed you, he murmured, pulling me into a hug that smelled of oil and effort. Me too, I replied, but my mind wandered. That afternoon, I had overheard my aunt gossiping with neighbors. That Chidi boy? Handsome, yes, but village boys always have secrets, Ada. Be careful. Your voice is your future, not some romance. I shook it off, but during dinner at a roadside joint, I could not help asking, Chidi, do you ever think about your past? Like, what if it catches up? He set down his fork, his brow furrowing. Why bring that up now? Nkechi and I ended badly. She wanted more than I could give. But you're different, Ada. You are my future. His hand squeezed mine, but the question lingered. Was I enough? As our love deepened, so did the conflicts. My singing career was taking off. I had landed a spot in a regional talent competition, practicing endlessly. Chidi supported me, but his schedule clashed. I cannot make your rehearsal tonight, he would text. Work emergency. Again? I would reply, heart bubbling up. One night, alone in my room, I sang a ballad about lost love, my voice echoing off the walls. Is this worth it? I whispered to the mirror, giving my heart when it feels one-sided. The turning point came at the competition. I poured my soul into the performance, my voice soaring like a bird in flight. Chidi promised to be there, but as the lights dimmed, his seat remained empty. I won second place, but the victory tasted bitter. Backstage, tears stung my eyes. Where were you? I confronted him later, voice cracking. He looked exhausted, shadows under his eyes. Ada, I'm sorry. The garage flooded, had to stay late. I tried, but excuses felt like walls. We argued, words flying like daggers. Do you even care about my dreams? I shouted. Of course I do. He fired back. But I have responsibilities too. My family depends on me. Cannot you understand? The fight ended in silence, but it planted seeds of doubt. Days later, we reconciled over ice cream, laughing about our tempers. Love is not easy, is it? He asked, his tone soft. No, I admitted. But is it worth the pain? He kissed my forehead. For you, yes. Yet, the whispers grew louder. Friends hinted at seeing Chidi with Nkechi. Just talking, they said. But jealousy gnawed. One afternoon, I followed him. Stupid, I know. To a cafe. There she was, beautiful and poised, laughing at his jokes. My heart shattered. Is this betrayal? I thought, fleeing before he saw me. Confrontation came that night. Who is she really to you? I demanded, tears flowing. Chidi sighed, rubbing his temples. Ada, it is not what you think. Nkechi is going through something. Her family is in debt, and she asked for advice. That is all. Advice? At a cafe? My voice rose, echoing my pain. He pulled me close. Trust me, you are the one I love. But love means trusting, right? Even when it is hard. His question hit home. Did I trust him? We made up, but the scar remained. As weeks passed, our bond strengthened through trials. Chidi started making more time, attending my gigs, even helping with lyrics. Your voice is magic, he would say. Do not ever lose it. But fate had other plans. One day, while walking through the market, an old woman approached me, a herbalist, wrinkled like ancient bark. Child, she croaked, I see love in your eyes, but pain in your path. For true love, Would you pay a price? I laughed it off. What price? Your voice, she whispered. Trade it for eternal bond. I shivered, dismissing her as mad. But her words echoed. What would I give for Chidi? Subtle questions like that kept me hooked, pondering the depths of love. Our relationship hit a peak during a weekend getaway to Badagry Beach. Under the stars, Chidi proposed, not with a ring, but words. Ada, marry me someday? Build a life together? Tears of joy. Yes, I breathed. But even then, doubt whispered, is this forever? The old woman's words haunted me like a persistent melody I could not shake. As Chidi and I grew closer, the pressures mounted. His family back in the village disapproved. A singer, too modern, his mother said during a tense phone call I overheard. Marry someone stable, like Nkechi. Nkechi again. It stung. Do they hate me? I asked Chidi later, my voice small. He hugged me. They do not know you like I do. Give it time. Love wins, right? But time was our enemy. Chidi's studies faltered under work stress, and my singing hit a wall. Agents loved my voice but said I lacked edge. What if I never make it? I confided in him one night, lying in his arms. You will, he assured. Your voice is your power. But if not, we have each other. His words warmed me, but insecurity festered. Then, the blow. Chidi's ex Nkechi returned, claiming she was pregnant with his child. No, but she spread rumors, saying they were rekindling. Social media buzzed. Friends texted me screenshots. Is it true? They asked. I confronted Chidi in tears. Tell me it is lies. It is. He swore. She is bitter. But Ada, this is tearing us apart. Maybe we need space? Space? The word sliced like a knife. Do you want to end us? I whispered. No, he said, but his eyes wavered. I just want peace. That night, alone, I wandered the streets, ending up at the market where the old woman sat. You again, she cackled. Ready to pay the price? Desperation gripped me. What price? For what? For true love, she said. Trade your voice, and Chidi will be yours forever. No doubts, no rivals. But silence is the cost. Speak, and the spell breaks. Insane, right? But love makes fools. How? I asked. A potion, she replied, handing a vial. Drink at midnight, under the moon. Your voice for his heart. I took it, heart pounding. Is love worth silence? I wondered, pocketing it. Back home, I stared at the vial. Chidi called, apologetic. I love you, Ada. Let us fight for us. His words almost stopped me, but fear won. At midnight, I drank, a burning sensation. Then nothing. My voice gone. Panic set in. Hello? I mouthed, but silence. The next day, I met Chidi, gesturing wildly. He frowned. Ada, what is wrong? Why are you not speaking? I wrote on my phone. Laryngitis, doctor says rest. He bought it, concerned. But as days passed, my condition persisted. Doctors baffled, friends worried. Chidi stayed by my side, more attentive. We will get through this, he said. Your voice will return. But it would not. The spell worked. Nkechi vanished from our lives. His family warmed up via letters I wrote. Our love deepened in silence. He learned sign language. I communicated through notes and touches. Do you miss talking? He would ask. I would nod, but smile. Inside, questions swirled. Was this real love or forced? Dialogues became one-sided, but intimate. Tell me your dreams, he would say, and I would write pages. Yet, cracks formed. My singing career died. How could I perform mute? Friends drifted. Ada, fight for your voice, my aunt urged, but I could not explain. One evening, Chidi confessed, I feel like I am losing part of you. Your laugh, your songs. What if it never comes back? His question mirrored mine. Had I traded too much? Living without a voice was like being trapped in a glass cage, visible, but unheard. At first, the spell's magic buoyed me. Chidi was mine. Utterly. No more doubts. No Nkechi shadows. We would spend evenings in quiet bliss. Him reading history books aloud while I traced words on his back. Guess what I wrote? I would gesture, and he would laugh, guessing wrong on purpose. Forever, he would say correctly eventually, pulling me close. Is this our fairy tale, Ada? I would nod, but inside, a storm brewed. How could I express the depths of my soul without words? Subtle questions arose in my mind. What if love needs voice to thrive? As months passed, challenges mounted. Jobless now, bookstore let me go. Singing impossible, I depended on Chidi. He worked double shifts, exhaustion etching lines on his face. Do not worry, he would say. I got us. But guilt ate at me. One day, his mother visited, eyeing my silence suspiciously. What happened to her voice? Juju, she muttered. Chidi defended me. It is medical, Mama. Be kind. She left unconvinced. That night, he asked Ada, are you happy? Really? I wrote, with you, yes. But I miss singing. He held my note, tears in his eyes. Me too. Your voice was part of why I fell in love. His words pierced. Was our love diminished? I sought the old woman, but she was gone. Market stall empty. Panic rose. How do I undo this? I thought. Life adapted. We communicated creatively. Drawings, apps, dances. Chidi proposed for real. A ring from his savings. Mute. I accepted with joyful tears. Wedding plans ensued, but isolation grew. Friends stopped inviting me. Family pitied. Would you trade it all again? I asked myself in the mirror. A crisis hit. Chidi's garage burned down. Insurance scant. Stress peaked. What now? He vented one night. I cannot provide like this. I wanted to scream support, but could only hug him. In silence. Misunderstandings festered. He misread my gestures. Arguments via notes turned cold. Then, a glimmer. I discovered writing songs, lyrics without melody. Chidi encouraged. Your words are still magic. But it was not enough. One fateful day, Nkechi reappeared, offering help. I heard about the fire, she said to Chidi. Let me loan you money. He refused, but her presence stirred old feelings. I watched, voiceless jealousy raging. Is the spell failing? I wondered. Confrontation via text. Do you still love her? No, he replied. But Ada, this silence. It is hard. Do you regret us? His question shattered me. No, but I regretted the trade. The wedding approached, but my silent world crumbled. Chidi grew distant, buried in rebuilding his life. I love you, he would say, but it felt rote. One night, he confessed, Ada, I miss hearing you, our conversations, your passion. Is this enough for you? I wrote frantically. It has to be. For us. But doubt consumed him. What if your voice never returns? Can we build a life on silence? His questions mirrored my torment. I realized the spell bound him artificially. True love needed freedom. Searching desperately, I found a clue in an old book at the bookstore. Reversing juju requires confession. Heart heavy. I wrote Chidi a letter, revealing everything. The old woman, the potion, the trade. I did it for love. I ended, but was it right? He read it, face paling. Ada, you sacrificed your voice? For me? Tears flowed as I nodded. Anger flashed, then sorrow. Why? Love should not cost this. In that moment, the spell broke. I spoke, because I feared losing you. My voice rasped, returning. We talked all night, raw and real. I love you, he said, but we need honesty, not magic. We postponed the wedding, rebuilt naturally. Nkechi faded, family accepted. My voice returned stronger. I sang again, this time with Chidi's true support. But scars remained. Love flourished. But I always wondered, did I make the right choice? And would you also do the same in the name of love? Comment your answer. Comment and subscribe for more interesting stories.